In Washington, controversy deepens around Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. The New York Times now reports that Hegseth shared sensitive U.S. military plans in a private Signal chat involving his wife, brother, and personal lawyer.
Mr. President, are you going to change any of the practices that your national security officials used after a reporter was inadvertently added to a group chat about attacks on Yemen?
Well, I think it's a question I've been asked now, and I've given a few answers, and they've all been the same. We have an amazing group. Our national security now is stronger than it's ever been.
According to sources familiar with the group, the chat contained details of a March airstrike on Yemen's Houthi forces, information allegedly matching what was inadvertently shared with the Atlantic's editor-in-chief in a separate Signal incident last month. The Pentagon has yet to officially comment on the latest revelations, but the use of unclassified messaging platforms like Signal to transmit operational intelligence has raised alarms within military and intelligence circles. In a post on social media platform X, Hegseth downplayed the information shared, insisting it lacked names, locations, and classified data, sarcastically labeling it as really lousy war plans. But national security analysts argue that even schedules and tactical frameworks, when shared outside secure systems, could jeopardize lives and compromise operations. The report comes amid a growing internal investigation into leaks at the Department of Defense. Dan Caldwell, a senior advisor to Hegseth, was escorted from the Pentagon last week, officials confirmed to Reuters.
And somebody got on, happened to know the guy's a total sleazebag. The Atlantic is a failed magazine, does very, very poorly. Nobody gives a damn about it. This gives it a little bit of a shot. And I will tell you this, that they've made up more stories, and they're just a failing magazine. The public understands that. He's a very good man. That man is a very good man right there that you criticize so strongly. Hegseth is doing a great job. He had nothing to do with this. Hegseth. How do you bring Hegseth into it? He had nothing to do. Look, it's all a witch hunt. Here we are talking about some of the greatest business deals ever made. The greatest companies in the world are moving into the United States, and you want to ask about whether or not Signal works. I don't know that Signal works. I think Signal could be defective, to be honest with you. And I think that's what we have to, because you use Signal, and we use Signal, and everybody uses Signal, but it could be a defective platform, and we're going to have to find that out.
To serve in any combat.
On day one, on January 20th, when President Trump is sworn in, he will issue a new set of lawful orders. And the leadership of our services will have an opportunity to follow those lawful orders or not. Those lawful orders will not be based on politics. They will be based on readiness, accountability, standards, and lethality. That is the process by which leaders will be judged. And accountability is coming, because everybody in this room knows, if you're a rifleman and you lose your rifle, they're throwing the book at you. But if you're a general who loses a war, you get a promotion. That's not going to happen in Donald Trump's Pentagon. There will be real standards for success. Everyone from the top, from the most senior general to the most lowly private, will ensure that they're treated fairly, men and women, inside that system. We follow rules, but we don't need burdensome rules of engagement that make it impossible for us.
The scandal underscores broader concerns about transparency, accountability, and the safeguarding of national security communications in an administration that relies heavily on encrypted messaging. During his January confirmation hearing, Hegseth pledged to enforce strict standards of accountability across the armed services, stating accountability is coming, and vowing to uphold lawful orders above politics.